So I'm Randy, and I'm an alcoholic,
Hey, Randy.
and I'm really grateful to be here today, to be part of Alcoholics Anonymous, to have the opportunity to be a new man, to be a new character, to have a different way of life. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. You know, when I came to AA, I was a liar, a cheater, a stealer, a thief, manipulative, always looking out for me, selfish, self-centered guy that had a terrible life. I thought I had a terrible life, and everybody was out to get me, and everything went wrong for me, and I always had bad luck. And you know, when I came to AA, I hated my life. I hated it. I hated everybody in it. I hated everything that I had. And I couldn't drink anymore. I couldn't drink myself into happiness. When I drank, I just got meaner and angrier and more closed off, and less people wanted me around, that's for sure. And you know, I didn't have a way of life that worked. I had a way of life where I get up and I drink and I take drugs and I try to get satisfied. I try to be okay through the day, but my days weren't well. They weren't good. And I knew there was a better life. I mean, I had brothers that were doing pretty good, and you know, I came from a family that did pretty good, and I knew there was a better way. I just didn't know. I just thought there was something wrong with me, that I was broken and that I couldn't have it, and the only fun I could have was being drunk. And it seemed like the solution. You know, I'd get through the day, whatever it took to get through the day, and drink to get through whatever else it was. And you know, I'm gonna read this because it's so me. It was so me. When I came into the program, this on page 52, the bedevilments. When I came into the program, I was having trouble with all my personal relationships, all of them. I couldn't control my emotional nature. I was prey to misery and depression. I couldn't make a living, one that was satisfactory in any way. I had a feeling of uselessness. I was full of fear. I was unhappy. And I couldn't seem to be of real help to other people. That's how my life was when I came into AA. And then I stopped drinking, and I got to be part of AA, and some of my personal relationships got a little better, and my work life got a little better, and I wasn't so full of misery and depression because I wasn't drinking, and I had the fellowship of AA, which was new. I had some people that actually wanted me around for whatever reason. And my life got a little bit better. And then some time passed. And when the time passed, I found that I was sober and I was having trouble with personal relationships again. And I was sober, but I couldn't control my emotional nature. If you cut me off while we were driving, I went crazy. If I didn't get what I wanted at home, I threw a temper tantrum. If I was asked to do the dishes, I'd walk out of the house, and that was it. That was the end of that relationship. I was prey to misery and depression with sobriety. And I couldn't make a living that was satisfactory for me, sober. I had a feeling of uselessness again because I hadn't really worked the steps, and I couldn't really carry a message except for just don't drink and hate everybody. And maybe one day it'll get better. I mean, but I wasn't better. I was full of fear, and I was unhappy again. And in sobriety, and I had no idea what was wrong with me. And I wanted the promises. That's what I wanted. I wanted the promises. And I had to be shown that Alcoholism is alcoholism. Drunk or sober, I still have alcoholism. I still have a disease. And the way that my disease manifests is that I have an unsatisfiable, fault-finding, opinionated mind. And I know some of you have heard me say that so many times, like you could probably just say it. You know what I'm going to say. But I got to say it for today, because if I don't say it for today, I forget that it's me. I forget that it's mine. It's like forgetting that I'm diabetic and forgetting that I need insulin. And then by the middle of the day, I'm going to be in bad shape. And so I have to remember that I have a fault-finding, opinionated, self-centered, selfish mind. And that that's what's wrong with me. And that I'm unsatisfiable. And that I have this little baby infantile ego. If I have to wash the dishes in my house, somebody has to pay a price for that. Because I should never have to do the dishes. I'm the king, for God's sakes. I didn't buy a house so I could do the dishes. I bought a house so I could get a wife who would do the dishes. I don't know how it became my job. You could see how that infantile ego could make it difficult in a living situation in my house. Because I'm not just like that with the dishes. I'm like that with everything. The laundry, the house, everything. I bought the damn house. You clean it. That's my attitude. And if I didn't buy the damn house, you should clean it anyway, because it's not my house. It doesn't matter. Either way, I'm not cleaning it, because I don't clean houses. It's just below me. I'm the king. The king doesn't clean the house. And that's my ego. That's who I am. And I don't even know I have that. I don't even know that I have that. I think I'm right. It's just right. It doesn't even enter my mind that I should have to clean the house, whether it's mine or yours. If it's yours, you're lucky to have me in it. That's the way I see it. So I'm always in a hurry and I'm easily frustrated. That's who I am with alcoholism. And so I need a treatment. I brought a character here. That character lies, cheats, and steals and manipulates and does whatever it can to be able to sit on the couch and watch TV all day and try to get others to do the work and make my life pleasurable. And if you're not making my life pleasurable, you absolutely have no part in my life and you need to go away. That's an attitude. That's a way of life. It's a painful way of life, right? I want the promises. I want the step 9 promises. This is what I want. I know, I should know where it is. What page are the promises on?
83.
83. Right. If I'm painstaking about this phase of my recovery, if I'm actually having a program of recovery, I will be amazed before I'm halfway through. I'm going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. I will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. I will comprehend the word serenity and know peace. No matter how far down the scale I have gone, I will see how my experience can benefit others. My feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. I will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in my fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. My whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave me. I will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle me, and I will suddenly realize that God is doing for me what I could not do for myself. So, I'm going to go from unhappy, misery, depression, uselessness, self-pity, unsatisfied at work, and having terrible human relationships, to knowing peace and happiness and usefulness. And the best gift of the whole program is this gift of intuitively knowing how to handle situations that used to baffle me. Because everything baffled me. Drunk or sober, without a program, everything baffles me. And what happens in the 12 steps is a new character gets built. through the application of the 12 steps. The guys that I got sober with, they used to talk about building a new character. Like, I build a new character. If I could build it, I'd be done. I would have built it a long time ago. But a new character gets built through the application of the 12 steps. And there's something that I have to do. And I usually, talk a little bit about the first 3 steps, because that's where the building starts. The first 3 steps are the introductory to everything I need to do to be perfectly okay in this moment, in this program. But if I only do the first 3 steps, I can't stay there as a way of life. And the next 3 steps, 4 through 6, they solidify the first 3 steps and make it more real for my life. And then the next 3 steps clear away all the problems that I created. 7, 8, and 9 clear away all the wreckage of my past, so that I'm not afraid to go anywhere or see anybody on the planet anywhere at any time. And so this new character gets built in 1 through 9. But I don't build it. I just do what it asks me to do. And the first thing it asks me to do is to admit complete defeat. And right there, it's over. Game over. I'll admit alcohol complete. I'll admit alcohol defeat, and that I'm a complete defeat when it comes to alcohol, and I can't drink alcohol successfully anymore. I still demand the right to drink alcohol if I feel like it, but I know that I can't drink it successfully anymore. I know that. It's done. But now what? How am I going to change? How am I going to go from uselessness to useful? How am I going to go from unhappy to happy? How's that going to happen? I've tried every self-help book and every self-help program, and I still try them. I get these emails on the internet, find your inner passion and live the life you've always wanted to live. Click here for a free 3-hour seminar. Man, I'll spend hours trying to get better online. Reading the big book, opening the big book for 5 minutes, forget about it. That's too much to ask. But I'll sit through another moronic 3-hour seminar where they don't give you any information. They give you no information on how to change. The whole 3 hours is a sales pitch for how they're going to tell you in a 7-week seminar for $4,000 how you're going to get better. It's in this book. It's free. You can have one for free. You just have to go to an AA meeting and say, I'm new and I don't have any money. And they'll say, okay, here's a book. And everything I need is in this book. I have to admit complete defeat. My life, I am a complete defeat. I cannot tie my shoes on my own, because while I'm tying my shoes, my mind's going to find fault with my shoes or my wife or my house or the government or the whole planet. And all I have to do is tie my shoes, but by the time I'm done tying my shoes, I'm suicidal. And it's the same thing. Hey, Aaron. It's the same thing with everything in my life is too much for me. That's why I need a solution where I will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle me. I'll intuitively know how to tie my shoes without talking to myself about politics, and just tie my shoes and have a pleasant experience tying my shoes. I can just go to the grocery store and buy my groceries, and it doesn't have to be a murderous event where I want to kill the people in front of me because my basket's not as full as theirs. So, that first hurdle, nothing new can come into my life unless I admit complete defeat. Nothing new can come in. And I only have to admit complete defeat for this moment right now. So in this moment, I don't know how to carry a message, God. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to lead a meeting. Could you help me? Could you speak through me? I'm willing to be a channel of your peace. That's what it says in the 11-step prayer. God, help me. Make me a channel of thy peace. I'm willing to be the channel. Here I am. Use me. And something new can happen. In my admitting complete defeat, something new can happen in my life. But if I don't admit complete defeat, then I am the power for my life. And if I am the power for my life, all I can do is what I've always done. All I can do is try with my power to satisfy myself somehow by getting the right job or the right girl or the right house or the right amount of money in the bank or the right respect from you, which you can't do because I'm unsatisfiable. So no matter how much you respect me, no matter how great you tell me you think I am, I don't believe you. Or you're not the right person to tell me that, and I need to find the right person. Or something. My mind will come up with something that says that's wrong. I'm mercilessly obsessed with pleasing myself, with being self-satisfied. I'm not mercilessly obsessed with alcohol when I don't drink it for a while. When I have the addiction to alcohol, if I'm new, yes, I still have a physical craving for alcohol, but I'm not new anymore. And I still go to AA almost every day, and I still practice this program as a way of life every day, and if I'm lucky, every minute of every day. I'm practicing the presence of a power that's greater than me, and I'm asking that power to restore me to sanity right now. And I'm coming to believe by sharing my life with that power that I could be restored to sanity. And it's kind of crazy because we talk about the same thing every week, but I have to talk about the same thing every week because today, right now, I need to be restored to sanity. Whether I did this last week or not, or yesterday, or this morning when I woke up, I have to be restored to sanity right now because in this moment, I stand at the turning point. And I go one way or the other. I either ask my protection and care with complete abandon of God, or I ask His protection and care with complete abandon of me. And there's no half measures. And I got to do it right now, and I have to be reminded. And every AA meeting should be a reminder of what's wrong with me and what the solution is. Shouldn't be a reminder of how much I drank. Why would I want to remember how much I drank? I want to get better. I want to get better right now. I want to be in recovery right now. I want to focus on why I need recovery and what the recovery is. And the recovery is right now in this moment. Power, could you help me? Could you restore me to sanity? There is one who has all power. That one is God. May I find you now. I'm an alcoholic and I cannot manage my life. No human power can relieve my alcoholism. You're a human power and I'm a human power, and neither one of us can do the job to remove my alcoholism. But God could and would if He were sought. And the only moment He could be sought is right now. What I need to do is build a new character, and the new character has an open mind, a mind free of self, with no preconceived ideas, not even a preconceived idea of what God told me to do this morning as a way of life for now, because the intuition has to be, intuition is a moment-to-moment, right-now thing. I intuitively know how to handle situations that baffled me in the moment that I need the intuitive guidance. God's not going to give me intuitive guidance for later. That'd be crazy, because then self would take the knowledge that God told me, oh, I should be a movie producer, and self would go out to be a movie producer. And then with self, I would go out to produce movies, and I would be the worst movie producer you ever saw. Because I would only be doing the movie to get what I could get from it. The girls, the parties, the fun. If there was any work to be done, I couldn't produce that movie. Because I don't have that ethic. I don't want to work. I just want to have fun. So the intuitive guidance is for this moment. What do I do right now? Right now. Help me. Right now, please. Could I be with you? Could you be with me? Could I be with you? Could you help me hear what's being said? Could you help me be here in this meeting? For the first time, could you help me to have some recovery right now? I've got to stop talking to self, because that's where the disease is. I have a self-talking, unsatisfiable mind. And I love to try to restore myself to sanity by running everything through my decision maker. And the book tells me I have a warped mind. So glass in hand, I warp my mind. into such a state for obsessive drinking or obsessive thinking that only an act of providence can remove it from me. Again, there it is. Providence is an act of God. This whole thing is how to have a spiritual awakening. Well, when is that going to happen? Is it going to happen on Sunday because I went to church? Is it going to happen later when I get home with my wife? No, I open the door, there's still dirty dishes in the sink. Like, what's up with the dirty dishes? How come you didn't do them? And then she tells me something crazy like, well, I had to work today. Like that's an excuse for leaving dirty dishes in the sink. I need a program right now. I need to walk into the house and know that I did the dishes because the dishes needed to be done. And I get to have the best life I've ever known when I walk with this higher power, when I continue to sought God right now in this moment. Then I get restored to sanity. Then I have the best life I've ever known. Then I can make a decision in step 3 because I've had the experience of being restored to sanity over and over and over again, second by second, when I've done it. And you guys have had it too. Most of you that have been coming to this meeting, I've heard the stories. It's amazing. Something came up, you rightly related yourself to God, and you intuitively knew how to handle a situation that used to baffle you. And that's what this meeting is about. It's about sharing recovery. It's about sharing, practicing the principles in application in your life today, and what did you get? Or it's about, I didn't practice any principles in my life today, and this is what I got. Because that's all you got. That's all you can really share about is what you did today to recover from alcoholism, or what you didn't do today to recover from alcoholism and how it worked out. And that way, in the meeting, we all go deeper in recovery. And it's not a meeting about remembering how much I drank. So, I thank you all for letting me share, and I'm so looking forward to hearing how your day's going and how your life is going based on application of principles or not. So it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple formula for AA meeting. So thank you for letting me share.